welcome to my book channel. I thought I'd create a YouTube because I do a lot of content on TikTok and Instagram. I'll figure out how to link those so you can check them out, but I thought maybe creating a YouTube would be cool as well because I just love talking about books, and I thought it'd be fun to document it because I don't have a lot to do when I'm not at work, so I thought it'd keep me a bit more entertained as well. It's only going to be a casual thing because I don't really want to put too much pressure on myself to like create content and things like that, so it's only going to be casual and it's just going to kind of be like vlogs, like reading vlog style things, where I'm just like chatting to you guys about what I'm reading or what I'm doing for the week or the day. I'm currently nursing a really big book hangover from, oh, let me just grab it, from this book. I'll get into this book a bit later on. I can't wait to talk about it. I've got loads of tabs, but yeah, this book has given me the biggest book hangover, so I'm hoping that reading my current read will be okay and I won't get distracted, because if you've ever had a book hangover, you know that it's so hard to concentrate afterwards because you're still thinking about the last book that you've read. We'll figure it all out. Yeah, this is just going to be a casual thing, but I thought it'd be quite fun to do and bring you guys along. So before I actually get into what I'm actually doing this week, I wanted to talk about Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. If you haven't read this book, why? First of all, please, for the love of God, pick this book up, read it. Even if you don't think you're going to enjoy it, just read it anyway, because you won't know until you try. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this book, and I absolutely loved it. It made it onto my 6-star pile, which has the least amount of books to it, but this one, I think I'm just going to be thinking about this book for the rest of my life, and I'm never going to be able to get over it. To give a bit of context, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is about two characters called Sadie and Sam. They meet when at a very, very vulnerable point in their life, in their childhood, and they become best friends because they bond over a video game. And they eventually lose contact and don't speak to each other for a while, but then they bump into each other and then decide to build a video game together. And you basically then just go through their life. It's it spans over a couple of decades, and you just watch them build video games together and how they go about life, how they grow up together, and everything that they experience, they do it basically together. It isn't a romance. It is, but it's a friendship romance. It's not like a love romance. In fact, there's a quote in here that says that very well, and it's something, I think Sam says it's something like, what we have is better than romance. It's not romance, it's friendship. And I just thought that was it. Literally, it epitomizes this book so well. Reading this book is how reading should really feel. I will say, check trigger warnings because it is quite a sad book. It's quite painful. It didn't make me cry, which is a massive thing for me, but I was very, very upset afterwards. Oh my god, I need to stop looking because I'm gonna just spiral if I'm not careful. But yeah, pick this book up. That's literally all I wanted to say. This was the book that's given me a book hangover. Pick this book up right now. And whilst I'm on the topic of what I'm reading, I'm currently reading Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. This is such a big book. I never realised how massive it was until it came. I've only just started it. I'm literally on page 17, so I haven't read a lot. I love the cover though. It's so pretty. Look at this. Oh my god. But I'm really excited. I'm in love with the series so far. I cannot wait to see where this one goes. But yeah, also, I wanted to show you guys this. So I have my little Magnolia Parks collection on my desk because they are my prized possession. They are my babies. But I went to the works and I found the new covers of I don't know why there's so much fluff on my bed. Oh my gosh. I found the new covers of Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates. So I had to pick them up. They were literally £5 each. They are so pretty. I know they have had a lot of controversy as well. I know a lot of people don't really like the new covers, but I do. I think that they're really cute. And I don't want to hear any slander because the new ones are cute. People are just fussy and for the love of God, it's a book cover. There's bigger problems in the world, and the original ones are still available. She's not getting rid of them. They're still there to buy, so they're great. So I picked them up. They're now on my little book stand. Look how cute. I love this series with my whole heart. So I'm gonna go and make a cup of tea and I'm going to sit down and get into this book. Okay, so I've just paused reading just to read you this little bit that I've just read that perfectly sums up why I love Jessa Hastings' writing, because this is the amount of emotion that are in these books, and it breaks my heart every single time she writes stuff like this. Oh. It says, "And his stupid pillow mouth rips at the seams of my resolve not to love him how I worry I always will, and my mind falls through an infinity of memories I've had with him and thought I'd have with him and worry I won't ever have with him again. I swallow, count to 3, breathing through my nose. I won't let him know he does this to me still. I'd sooner die." Like the way that BJ messes with her head so much that she'd rather die than let him know that she still cares about him. Stop. I can't. Okay, so I didn't actually end up getting a lot of reading done, which is really sad, but it's about 3:30 now. So I'm gonna go out, grab a coffee and meet my boyfriend in town, and hopefully when I get back, my head will be in a better place to read and I'll get some more done then. But yeah, for now I'm gonna go out, get a coffee, try not to think about reading, so then hopefully when I come back I actually want to read. So I can't remember where I last filmed, and I just wanted to update you because I was having some thoughts about the book. I'm really enjoying it so far, but I just got to a point, we've had like a big thing happen with Magnolia BJ. If like anyone's read the book, there's been like quite a big thing. I'm not that far through, I'm only about this far in, but we've had a big thing happen. I was just reading it and then we got this description of this character. So if you've read the Magnolia Park series, you'll know that we don't really get descriptions of characters like straight away, like sometimes in books it'll be like, oh, he was tall, dark haired, blah 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 blah. We don't really get that. We kind of just get like odd snippets of description, like, oh, the dress looked really nice against her certain type of complexion. It kind of paints the picture as you go along instead of all in one go. And I'd been completely imagining this character as to look a completely different way. Like the way that she was described in her personality, in my head I imagined her as like a tall, leggy model blonde, and I can't remember how she was described. I don't think I can find it, but basically it was the complete opposite as to what I was thinking. And I was like, wow. And I never really had that like moment until now. And I'm like, this is like the 3rd book in to the series. Like I'm 3 books in and I've been imagining this character as a tall blonde for 3 books, and she's not even blonde. Hello, so it's a couple of days later. Can't remember the last bits that I filmed, but I have a day off today, so I'm gonna do some bits around the house. I don't know if you can notice, but this is the same position, but I've kind of moved my bedroom around. Like my bed's here now and my bookshelves are over there, so I have a lot of organising to do. So I'm going to film that because I love watching people like organise their bookshelves, so I'm just going to film that. And I have like all my crystals and stuff to put back out that I've moved. Last night had a spontaneous move around of my bedroom, so now everything that I kind of just shoved away for the time being, because I was like, why am I doing this so late at night, now needs to be tidied, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, so currently my bookshelf is there. I have obviously my Xbox on top. These 2 boxes are double lined, double lined, you know what I mean, like double stacked. I have books down the side, and then this bottom one is literally just vinyls. So I might see if I can move those to like this gap. And then on the other side of my room, I have my Magnolia Park series up here, the one I'm currently reading. Then I have the Reckless series, because these look cute like on their own up here. I have the Addicted series here, and then I have just like a little fantasy stack plus a self-help book that I've read like one chapter of. So yeah, I just kind of need to figure out what I'm doing. Basically, I ended up moving the chests across a bit, which I do need to get my boyfriend to push that one across. I've moved my records down the side, and now I have 3 cubes. That took way longer than it needed to, but I've finally done. It's not perfect or ideal like how I'd want it, but it looks better than it did. So on the top shelf I basically just did colour order. So I have all the red, pink and white books on here. Then I have all the darker and blue books on here. And then down here is like books that I've read that I didn't like, or books that I'm probably not going to read, like 50 Shades. And then I have my little stamp and my bookmarks down there. Hello, so it's now the start of a new week. It's Monday, but I started this vlog on Wednesday, so I'm still going to record little bits and then I'll try and end it on the Wednesday with whatever I get done. I've got quite a bit to like update on. So I ended up moving my books around again because I have too many books for the small amount of space that I have, and I ended up having them on the bed frame, but every night either me or my boyfriend would knock it off, and I didn't want these books getting damaged, so I ended up moving them. So now I have books up here, which are kind of like, I don't want them on my bookshelf kind of books, just books that I wasn't too like bothered about having on display, other than my Lana Del Rey one, but it's because she doesn't fit in anywhere else. And then I have, so up here we have my series. We have Magnolia Park's, the Elsie Silver Chestnut Spring series, and A Court of Thorns and Roses. Obviously I'm reading the 3rd one, that's why there's a gap, but it will go there. Then down here we have all my other books. So we've got fantasy at the front with 2 like random books. This one is one that I really want to read soon. So, and then books that I've read at the back. And then we have another shelf, exactly the same, just slightly darker books and more books that I haven't read on that one. So now there are no more on my bed frame, and I still have my little stack there of the Addicted series, and I'm glad my mom died. Yeah, I thought that would be, I don't know, I just thought it would be a better way of having them. Like, it just disperses them, and it also means that they're not going to get knocked off of here anytime soon. I also wanted to just discuss, so last night I started a new TV show, which is really random because I haven't actually watched a new TV show in so long. The last one that I actually ended up watching was Beef on Netflix. I watched that with my boyfriend, and then we like binged it in like a couple of days. We haven't watched anything since because I'm just finding it so hard. Like, I'd rather read because everything's like, there's more variety. I feel like I've got nothing to watch. But my mum recommended us to watch a TV show called Yellow Jackets, and we watched the first 3 episodes last night, and it's so good. I'm like really invested in the story. It's taking so much willpower to not watch all of it like right now, and it's so good. It's so like so gripping. That this is what I want in like a thriller novel. I know this is like really random, but the way that that show makes me feel, I want that in a thriller novel. I feel like I don't read thrillers that actually scare me a little bit. But the last one that I read was A Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I read that. Great premise, loved the idea of the book, executed not quite so well. I gave it 3 stars and it just didn't hit how it could have done. Too many perspectives, my head was all over the place. I didn't actually know what I was reading half the time. I wasn't gripped like I should have been. Verity, I don't need to discuss her. That plot line, I question how she comes up with her plot lines. I have read all of 3 books by Colleen Hoover and I have disliked every single one of them. I mean, someone recommended that I read November 9th because that one's quite emotional, and maybe an emotional book would be better. Like maybe I'd get along with it better. So I might try November 9th and see how I feel about that one. But yeah, so far every book that I've read by Colleen Hoover I just cannot connect with at all, and I just can't connect with any of the characters. I find most of the main characters infuriating. I don't know why I'm going on this massive Colleen Hoover rant, but I think it's just because I watched that show and I really want a thriller like that, and it reminded me of like the not so great thrillers that I have read recently, including Verity by Colleen Hoover. And that book just, I could go on forever about why that book is just so wrong. I'm just editing the vlog and I just went on like a bit of a Colleen Hoover rant, and I just want to say that I do not care if you like Colleen Hoover. I don't care if Colleen Hoover's books are some of your favourite. These are my opinions. They're just subjective to me. Writing and reading is subjective in general. And if you love her, that is great. And I will honestly sit and listen to why you think that her books are good. And I will value your opinion, because I genuinely just... reading's just one of those things that you are allowed to have an opinion on it, and you're allowed to either love or hate. And even though I went on this massive rant about why I don't like Colleen Hoover's books, doesn't mean that I won't listen to someone if they love them. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You know, any opinions that I have on this channel, they're all subjective to me. They're my opinions, and if you don't agree with them, that is fine. So I've just been sat reading, you know, getting through it, and I think I'm gonna end the vlog here because for the rest of the week I'm pretty much just working, so I probably won't actually film that much more, and it gives me a chance to start editing it now. But yeah, I've gotten nearly halfway through the book, which is, you know, I probably should have read more, but also it's fine. We don't judge around here. We don't care how much people read. I'm enjoying reading it, and that's all that matters. But yes, thank you for watching if you've made it through the video to this point, and there'll be plenty more videos coming, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, I will catch you somewhere else.